Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today's BTAS episode is Cold Comfort. Yeah, can't talk. Cold Comfort. There we go. So you can probably guess by the title of this episode, it is in fact a Mr. Freeze episode, and I have dogged on Mr. Freeze before, and I will continue to dog on him again. He is such a shitty character in this episode. Like, it it astounds me to think of how shitty of a character he is. Like I'm like, dude, like Joker is not as shitty as you, you know. So it starts off this one archaeologist. She is unveiling a fully complete. It's either like a Brachiosaurus or Brontosaurus skeleton. Um, so super duper impressive work. Mr. Freeze comes in with his goons, and so you know how Mr. Freeze, he has like a hideout and he keeps it really really cold temperatures, and his gang, they're like, decked out in all these like warm materials, like parkas, like layers upon layers of pants and whatnot. He has these three female attendants who they wear like a parka and a little hoodie, and you're like, okay, that's fine, and then some winter boots, but then they're not wearing any fucking pants at all. Like from the like lower calf to upper thigh completely exposed. I'm like, are you girls just okay with that? Like they don't seem to be complaining at all, and Mr. Free certainly has or is not. I'm just like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So he go. I will also say, I one thing I like about them, they have like, it's not a freeze gun like Mr. Freeze, but they do have guns that shoot ice shards, which I think it's just kind of cool. I mean, it's just a more ineffective bullet, but I don't know. It just looks neat, just to like shoot a shard this big. I don't know. I like it. Um, so Mr. Freeze, he walks in and he completely freezes the Brontosaurus statue, and the archaeologist is like, "What are you doing? Nobody's gonna uh, buy a stolen bone, or no respectable archaeologist would buy a stolen bone." And he's like, "Yeah, I know." So he freezes it completely, and it shatters it into a million pieces. And she's absolutely devastated. And Mr. Freeze is just like, "Yeah, how's that feel? All that hard work, all for nothing? Don't you feel hopeless? Don't you feel a pit of despair? Yeah, goodbye." And that's it. That's all he fucking does to her. It's just a dick move, like a complete and utter dick move. So you see Mr. Freeze back at his lair. He's getting an examination from doctors, and they're like, "Yeah, everything looks normal, all things considered. Can we go now?" And he's like, "What? No, fuck you. You're my prisoners. Just keep taking care of me, and then maybe eventually, when I'm done with you, you'll go." So then there's a charity event, and Bruce is talking to Commissioner Gordon about the crime, and it's an unveiling for some artist who has spent maybe like a decade or like the last 20 years working on this beautiful, beautiful work of art. It's taken him years upon years, and he's finally finished it, and he's unveiling it. And Mr. Freeze pops out, and he freezes it and destroys it completely. He's like, "Yeah, how do you like that, huh? Huh? You fuck? Yeah, you like that? Oh, it's too bad." And it's so heartbreaking because the guy's like, "I'm so old, I'll never have a chance to do it again." And I'm just like, God damn, dude. So Bruce, he changes into his Batman attire, and he comes in, and um, Freeze freezes a piece of his cape. He's like, "No, no, I got something special for you, Dark Knight. We'll work on this later." So Freeze escapes, and he also like leaves behind one of his cronies, because he's just like that. He's just a heartless prick. So later in the Batcave, you have Barbara. She's doing this like really cool advanced like training course, and Bruce, he's kind of giving Barbara a little shit, like not like in a mean way, but like, "Oh yeah, Barbara, you really need to step that up, because if you're dead, you're dead." And I don't know. It's hard to explain, but he's overbearing in a loving, I'm pushing you because I know you can do this kind of way, like not in a dick way. So then he goes upstairs and he talks to um, Tim, and he's like, "Hey, I heard you failed your civics exam. You want to tell me what that's about? Because our criminal justice system, it's very important." And then Tim responds back with something like, "Well, if it was so effective, why do we need you?" And Bruce is just like, "So how'd you do on your math exams?" A really good scene, like the nice little tidbits like that between just like Bruce at home interacting with the Bat family. It's always welcome. That's what I really liked about the Batman 1960s, because where the episodes were 45 minutes long, it had room to breathe properly, and you could have those moments, Um, so, yeah, well, I can't remember if they were 45 minutes or not. Either way, they could breathe. So, or wait, no, it was, I think it was two episodes that would equal 45. Yeah, that's it. But still, room to breathe. I love the little, not slice of life episodes, slice of life moments, like uh, up peer into their lives without the chaos. So Mr. Freeze beforehand, he's looking at the TV and he sees that Bruce Wayne, he's giving a check to $1 million for one of the Gotham City orphanages. And he says, quote, his dad said, those who have the most should give the most. And Freeze, he's like, fuck you, Bruce. Those who have the most to lose. So later that evening, Mr. Freeze crashes Wayne Manor and he's like, Bruce, can't help but notice your parents are dead and you're trying to rebuild a life, rebuild a family with your surrogates. So I'm either gonna kill your surrogate son. No, I'm gonna kill your surrogate dad. So he starts freezing Alfred, and before he can get him all the way, Batgirl comes in. Thank God, because if Alfred died like Freeze, you are making the worst mistake of your fucking life. Like I know Alfred recently died. Well, not recently. I know he died in the comics, and he's recently getting replaced. But I would be so interested to see how he died, if he was killed or not. I don't know personally, but if he was killed, God help whoever did that, because you have Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, the other Robin, Batman. Like, holy shit, you're cooked. You are absolutely and utterly cooked if you kill Alfred. Um, but Alfred, he gets put in a bath to get some chemicals into his system to readjust for ba 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 the ice and whatnot. Mister Freeze and his goons escaped. By the way, it was a really good fight overall. Batgirl, she really showed what she's made of. Tim, he had some good moves. So did Batman. So Tim stays behind to take care of Alfred, and then Batgirl and Batman, they show up to Mister Freeze's place, and he has this like they see like a backup suit, and they're exploring. They find the doctors, and they're like, "You gotta let us out of here. He's out of his mind." So they're getting the doctors out of here when the goons show up, and then Mister Freeze in a crawling like imagine this is like some kind of wires and stuff. Here's his head. He like all he has left is just a head. So the disease that Mr. Freeze had, it basically completely deteriorated his body from like I guess feet up, and the only thing they could save was just his head in time. And I'm thinking, guys, why don't you just say, "Hey, Mr. Freeze, we found a tumor. We have to put you under." And then when he's like has anesthesia, just knife to the throat, stab him. Also, who built the thing to where it can like crawl and connect to his suit? Like Mr. Freeze does not strike me as that smart of a guy, and the doctors just seem like regular doctors. So I'm just like, how did this go to this? So the reason why Freeze has been such a dick was because when Nora was revived, Mr. Freeze never went to see her because of he was just ahead, and Nora waited and waited and waited, and she eventually moved on and married her doctor. Which I'm thinking, I'm a married person. I don't hide it myself. If I spent the good part of like 5 years or something trying to find a cure for my wife, turning into a villain, getting wanted, going through absolute hell, and then you're brought back, even if I was just ahead, I would be like, hey, I have dedicated so much of my life to you. I know there's still love. I would at least make it an appearance. But so now, Mr. Freeze is like, oh, well, I'm just gonna be a dick to everybody. Like that's just his motivation. And I'm just thinking, what do his goons get out of this? Because like all he has been doing is just being a prick to an archaeologist, being a prick to a painter, being a prick to a billionaire. They're getting nothing monetary out of this unless all three of them are like absolutely obsessively in love with Mr. Freeze. They're getting nothing out of this. So you find out Mr. Freeze, he has some kind of ice bomb that he wants to release on Gotham because that's his revenge for Batman. That's why he hasn't killed him at all, because he's saving that for his creme de la creme. It's like a bomb that's only has a radius of 10 miles, and he's going to freeze Gotham City, or at least a portion of it. I genuinely doubt Gotham City is only like 20 miles all around. Like, there's no way. That has got to be the world's biggest fucking city with how many abandoned parks and abandoned theaters and skyscrapers, and like there's no fucking way at all. It's only a 20-mile radius. I'm calling, or 20-mile diameter. Calling bullshit on that one. Um, so then Batgirl, she stays behind to take care of the last two thugs. Batman, he's going to take care of Mr. Freeze, and then Batman pretty much there's a fight on the plane, and then Batman uses his grappling hook to grapple Mr. Freeze into the bomb, and he releases it and sets it off early over the ocean. And I'm just like, Batman, you had no idea Mr. Freeze could survive that. You essentially killed that man. So at the end, you see this giant glacier, and you see the body of Mr. Freeze, but not his head. So you can assume, oh, he escaped that, and which I'm like, what's he gonna do? Is he at the bottom of the ocean, just like climbing his way back? I mean, he's miles away from fucking anything, and his suit's frozen. So I'm just like, what's he really gonna do? He's just gonna get to the beach, and he'll be like, "Fear me, I'm Mr. Strange. I don't have my freeze gun or my super suit, but I'm a fucking floating head, so fear me." I'm like, I don't know. Mr. Freeze, such a prick in this episode. Like, I have zero sympathy for him whatsoever. He actively chose not to pursue Nora in any way whatsoever. And to take revenge, he's just like, I'm gonna be a prick to these people, these people, these people, and then at the end, just to be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna set off a bomb, because why not?" And I'm just like, why not start with that? You're literally just like pissing your time away, messing with Bruce Wayne, the archaeologist, and the painter. You're literally pissing your time away. But I don't know. This episode actually makes me angry with how dumb it is. I mean, it's just really dumb. It's not even that entertaining. Like, the parts I liked most about it were not the action parts. It was the parts with like Batgirl training, and then Batman having a little one-on-one time with Dick, or not Dick, Tim. Like, if that's the best of the episode, that's pathetic in my opinion. So rating wise, I don't know. I think really think numbers 3 through 7 are out of here. So it's between 1 and 2, and I do like that little nuggets of stuff thrown in there. So I'm just giving this a 2 out of 7. Fuck you, Mr. Freeze. Just fucking